What is up, YouTube? This is HeyhoBrando, and welcome to a video called Space Engineered. This is basically going to be like how in my Minecraft Let's Play, which I will get back to it. I want to get Dark Souls done and some other things done, but I also wanted to play this today. I had it for a while, but I wanted to get back into it, and I thought, you know what, if I'm going to play this all day, let me see if I can get a video out of it. Let me see if I can get something like this, and if people like it, we'll keep on doing this. We'll do like a few episodes of the Dark Souls series, and then do this video as well. But yeah, no, we're gonna see how this goes and have my ship just flip over at the start. Don't worry, we're not gonna use this at all through this except for mining resources, and I was just making sure of some things. And yeah, so let's get things going there. So basically, like Minecraft, you just gotta start somewhere, and where I started off was just digging a hole, because how in this one you don't punch trees to get your wood, you gotta dig down to get some stone so you can make things that you need. So like, you need to start off with gravel, which that will turn into the iron ingots that you need, which will turn into the steel plates that we need, because we need to build a foundation, we need to build a base, and it takes me a long time. Like, I played this game today for about 5 hours, and I'm condensing this all down to as little as I can for you all. But yeah, you're gonna see things skipping along, but I'll try to show you as much as I can. Like I said, these are like 5 hours of clips that I have to condense down to at least an hour long, because these type of commentary videos, they're gonna be the hour long, because I feel like, you know what, that's the best way I could do things. So yeah, getting the tools that I needed, made my way back over to our little upside down ship, and as you can see, I'm putting stone in, and that's making gravel, iron, nickel, and silicone. So basically, as time goes on, we'll have to collect more things. Like, I'm still looking, even with this time in that I got in on the game, I'm still looking for silver, so I can make a few little items here and there. But this is basically a really slow start onto this, so I need to get enough steel plate going on so I can make the first foundation of our base, which, believe me when I say, it's gonna be a while. First foundation starting to be built, and just to let you all know on this too, because I forgot to mention that at the beginning, the only sort of modification I have on this game mode is higher inventory for me, because even though it says I have a lot of like 4,000, believe me, it's not a lot. There's gonna be a lot of back and forth onto this, and I believe like the first part was like only like 1,000 or even 500 pounds that you can carry. That's not a lot. I understand that it's supposed to be like, oh, you need your ship to, I understand that, but for this beginning part, believe me, this would have taken me far longer to get everything I need to get started off. But anyway, time for me to start building up the base. What I like about this game, you don't need to upgrade or fully make the foundations on the bottom. As long as you have it down, you can start putting things on top of it. Eventually I will fill everything up, but it's just, again, going back and forth, getting the items that I need, getting everything started off, and work on trying to get things going. And the reason I'm filling this one in is that that's going to be the start of our tower, which you'll be seeing in a second. And here's the tower. Yeah, on top of it is going to be the first windmill that I wanted to get completely done, because we need power on our base before anything, and as long as it's connected to the squares, it would power everything that we're going to put into it. And we need an assembler, a refiner, and some other things on here as well, storage that we'll have to put on there. Everything requires power, and the thing is about this is that we need at least something going on. Now the issue that I'm in with this one is that I'm in between a few mountains, so wind not that great, but it's going to last us for a bit. I have near the end some solar panels on the top of the base. Haven't tested it to see if it works yet. I just basically slapped it on, and we'll test it out to see if it works on it. If not, I already have a video that will help me get solar panels properly working, but I just basically wanted to see how things going, and once more go back into my little tiny mine to get things going, picking up all this stuff to bring back to start building. Down at the bottom, I had to start off at the basic assembler and the basic refinery, but I also found out that I was losing quite a bit of power as well, so I was like, okay, let me start getting this started off later on. I'll be adding more windmills onto this eventually, but I also wanted just to show you so you don't see it out there. So as you can see down there, there's a few little of the pieces that we got going on. It's almost built, but I'm using this as the refinery, moving things over to hopefully be able to, no, that's the basic assembler, my mistake. I'm just using this to build things, that it makes things building a lot more quicker than our little ship that we have, but we're still currently using our main little drop ship as to smelt everything down. Or was this? No, this is the refinery. So look, even I'm losing my mind because, like I said, it's been a while. It's just been a long day for me. So I have the basic refinery and the basic assembler made up to get things going. So we're not even using the other one for so long, and we're just putting up these windmills now. Time for a little upgrade. So I was able to get enough materials to at least start, or I feel like I was ready to start off on getting basically the final part of things going on for here. So I'm just looking for it right now, and I'm getting the basic refinery and such going on, or at least I will once you see it. So I had the basic one already, so we're getting the regular assembler, and I'm just looking at it to be like, okay, so how am I going to put this down? What's the best way I can do this? Do I keep it on the side, or do I lift it up? Long story short, I do decide to keep it up, but at this point I'm just kind of just trying to decide where am I going to put everything. So it's going to be a long time before I could do this, because this took the basics ones are pretty easy to get, but the only reason why I want to upgrade is because you need the better refinery to be able to refine faster, but also more material. So like I wouldn't be able to find iron that I find later on, or gold, silver, so that's why I wanted to get this going now. And even though I said I was looking for silver, I just wanted to find it so I could mark it on my map for later on. That's what those little blue points are on my map, just little beacons that I put on. But yeah, still a lot more to go. Realizing that I was losing a lot of space, I had to make the big storage capacity for my base, and I realized too, it's like, oh wait, I'm gonna have to connect them anyway, so I'm just making sure I'm reading this properly so I can actually make connector. I picked the wrong one for the first one, and I'll be switching it over relatively quickly to try to figure out, well, how am I gonna get this connected? Because I could do the top, or I could do it on the side, but I decided to try to do it on the side for now, just to make it look a little bit better, because eventually I will be making a drill, and I was first thinking of connecting it right to the storage locker, but then I'll be adding the drill to the refiner right away, so all the stone will go into it, so I'm not constantly going back and forth. Like right now, it's just me going back and forth into my little mine until I'm able to, one, get a ship that can mine, or two, get the drill going. The one thing I like about making videos like this, and as you can see I'm almost done with the thing, is that I can do these type of videos with the commentaries and have other things going on in the background that I need to get done. So I believe this is a point, yep, I finished it. So now I don't have to fully complete it, I just have to get it to the point that it's usable, so I don't have to get it 100% done, which I will eventually too. As you can see, I added the tube under here, so now I'm able to just move everything that I need into the storage, and that will move everything over to what I need. So once I put everything into the storage, it will transfer over to the assembler, so on and so forth. But I need to eventually upgrade to do it better. So like eventually I'm going to be having where there will be probably a better system in place, but for now all this is going to go just as well for what I need to have things going on. Deciding it was finally time, I made doubly sure before I do this, I no longer needed this ship. So just to get some extra materials, it was time to start grinding everything down, so I can get rid of this, because we don't need it. I know some people say like, oh, you can have that as your first flying ship. It's not difficult, but for me it's a little bit difficult, because I'm basically learning everything new about this, how to build a ship. Like, you're gonna see my ship at the end. I do make a flying ship. It can't break atmosphere, but it can get me places. It yeah, it looks a little ridiculous, and I need to get a solar panel up so I can get more power into my base, and even add more batteries, make the base bigger so I can have a battery room, and even just have power going on. But yeah, we're starting to cut down this ship, and I'm just making sure everything is fine. But yeah, last little bit of this ship is gone. So yeah, the drop pod is officially gone. I added the little thing on the side that will give me oxygen and also my jet fuel that I need to go around, and I decided to try to fill this in. And yeah, eventually you're going to see that with the way that this hill is, the grass will be in my base. So when people tell me like, oh, touch grass, don't worry, while I'm in my base I will be able to touch grass. Remember that drill I told you about? Yeah, time for me to start that, because I was getting sick and tired of having to constantly go over and over again to go back to my little mine. And it's gotten big since you last saw it, but I decided, you know what, let me get the baseline of how the drill is going to be looking. I was just doing measurements on it, because eventually how things work, I need pistons and all that. So yeah, everything is working out fine. Eventually I'm going to be upgrading this to push it even further along, just to kind of like dig everything out. And so need to make sure that this side of the base is my mining area basically for the drill. And believe me when I say this, it gives a lot of stone. Like, I believe that if I get it at its full capacity, I don't have to mine anything and just build everything, and I could last a good half an hour before I need to start worrying about like, oh yep, running out of stone. Got the drill done. Oh boy, this took me a long time, but as you can see, I put about 9 drills on here to make a big honking hole. So when the first piston goes down, I'm just checking here, like, look already right there, like 20,000 in a second, boom, it's already filling up. More of it's going in there, and then I go down all the way just to check how my storage is. There's the rest of the stone, and that's only with one pass up the piston. I have right now 3, and with it going down all the way, it had over 500,000 stone. No wait, yeah, 500,000. So I don't think that's 500,000. No, is it? Yeah, it is. So about 3 pistons. So as time goes on, what I do is, because I don't know how to make them spin to just make a big circle, I have to break down the drills, break down a singular, or just break down the drill, add another piston, rename the piston, put the drills back into place, and then make it go back down once more. And this helps me out greatly, because then I don't have to worry about constantly mining. So all I do here is that I put everything into queue, and if I absolutely need something, I can move it around, which I do a lot of times, but at least with this I can put everything in the queue and just watch as the stone keeps on coming. Around this time, I realized that with my drill going on, if I try to use anything else other than the drill and the refinery, my power actually fluctuates. So to the point that it will sound like it's going on and then off, on and off. So I decided, you know what, I think it's now time to start building up the base with the extra steel plates I'm able to get, because I actually want to make a roof. And the point of why I want to make a roof is I wanted to test at the time the solar panels idea. I thought that maybe I put like a couple solar panels on top of the roof while it's still sunny out, I could get it. Newsflash, by the time I was finally done, the sun was gone, so I couldn't even test it to see if it worked. Because I have it on this game where it's like 5 hours day, 5 hours night. So if the solar panels do not capture any sun while it's on top of the roof, I'll just get rid of them. You'll see them later on in a bit. I'll get rid of them and then actually add real working solar panels that I know work. I've had it in my other file before. They actually follow the sun, collect as much as I can. So I'll put like 2, 3, or even have like a row of them. Like I said, as long as they are connected to the base, I'll be able to generate enough power. Finally, on top of the roof, now I was able to get everything up on the roof, and now I'm just filling it in. But at this point, what I'm doing is, and yeah, as you can see too, I had a little door because it's like whatever. But yeah, you can see everything's a little mishmash right now, but later on, eventually this will all be filled in. You can see the grass right over there in the corner. But eventually I'll also be adding lights, so we don't need to keep our lights on and some other things. And as you can see, everything is still going accordingly. I'm just adding more onto this so I can actually get more this, because it takes a lot. Like, each of these blocks cost about 25 to actually fully make it. So I mean, I got a whole bunch, and I even got an achievement that said I had like a million, or I placed like 1,000,000 blocks all together because of me playing this game. So this was the biggest I made my base, and time will go on where I add more to it. But right now I'm just putting all this down so I can get the solar panels on. Finishing up the last solar panel, that's when I realized that, yeah, one, it's nighttime, so it's not going to work, but two, I don't even know if it will work. And another thing I just realized as well is that I don't have any batteries to actually connect it, because that's the only way that I can actually store it as well, and that's the reason why I wanted the solar panels and also the windmill. I might even now think about it, add another windmill little farm area to my thing so I can have a little bit more extra power to go, because as of right now I think I only had one moment in my 5 hours where the sky just wouldn't have any sort of wind, so I was just kind of like waiting there not being able to do anything until it came on. So the solar panels are just kind of like just in case moment, and also with the batteries as well. But yeah, as you can see, putting down the batteries, and I have about 3 on here and 3 in another place that you'll see in a second. I forgot to show it, but yeah, I did build the ship. I just want to show it, and like I said, it does look pretty crazy. The batteries are in there that I was talking about. But yeah, that's the end of this video. 5 hours of video, and I was able to condense it into an almost 15 minute video. But either way, if you like this, hit that like button and subscribe to see more of Space Engineer. Don't worry, more Dark will come soon. This has been HeyhoBrando, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.